use the cover of ceasefire violation to infiltrate more terrorists into the Indian side and to create more instability in India. उसके बाद
if Masood Azhar is designated as an international terrorist, what difference will it make really? Is it just a symbolic victory for the domestic audience? Because you've already said 2001, 2008, and every time Pakistan does that. What difference will it make?
I will answer that with maybe a one-liner. Yes, please.
Because my question was what related to that. You said every time a terror attack happens and India protests, Pakistan plays out the same script, just claiming that it is taking action against terrorism. And you said you also engaged the international committee this time after this Pulwama attack. So the same script also plays out here. Every time we cry that you have done this and you have done this, and we pressure the international community. So what is the fundamental issue, and did the international committee this brought up this resolution of the Kashmir issue when you took up this terror attack with?
No, I mean, of course, straight away I can deny that. I mean, there's no linkage at all. Now, let me tell you, I mean, you are talking about the difference. Our air strike on 26th February, which we have very clearly said that this was a non-military counter-terrorism strike, it has achieved the intended objective. Now, the question is what objective? It has demonstrated our firm resolve that we will take action, decisive action, against cross-border terrorism. So I think that is very clear. I think there's no doubt on that. What was your question? Yes, I think you see the fact that Pakistan has been trying to get out of this and opposing the designation of Masood Azhar as a designated terrorist under 1267 Sanctions Committee. It speaks for itself. So there are several things which comes with the designation, and that is the reason why why we have been kind of working with international partners to ensure that Masood Azhar is designated as a terrorist under the UNSC 1267 committee. No, but it is important when the organization is under sanction, it is also important that the chief, Jaish-e-Mohammed chief, also is designated as a terrorist by the UNSC Sanctions Committee. And now Pakistani leadership, they have gone on record about the presence of Jaish-e-Mohammed in Pakistan. Number two, in foreign minister's interview with CNN, repeatedly this question was posed to the foreign minister, referring to Jaish-e-Mohammed as the chief, or Masood Azhar as the chief of Jaish-e-Mohammed. There was not a single time that the Pakistani foreign minister contradicted the question posed, to him that he is not the chief of Jaish-e-Mohammed. So we are very clear. Jaish-e-Mohammed is in Pakistan, the chief is in Pakistan, and also in terms of linkage, I mean, if you go through the interview which Pakistani foreign minister has given, it is very clear that they are also in touch with the organization, which also proves the complicity part. Maha, you have asked the question. Tripti, maybe later. Yeah.
Thanks, Mr. Kumar. India has demonstrated the maturity by saying that it is open to Kartarpur talks on March 14th. Given the recent reconciliatory posturing that we have seen by the Prime Minister of Pakistan, is there a likelihood of both countries departing from the scheduled agenda and discussing this tension that's going on between India and Pakistan when these talks happen on 14th March?
Tripti, I don't think there is any mention of any such thing which you are referring to in our statement. We issued a press statement last night. Another press statement has been issued, earlier as well, about what is the purpose of Kartarpur talks and the meeting which is now going to take place in Atari. Yes, please, then I'll combine the two.
So given the situation that is existing between India and Pakistan right now, and given all the backdrop, do you think that time is conducive for both the countries to go ahead with these talks on the Kartarpur corridor?
You see, you have to understand the objective and the purpose of Kartarpur talks. It is not any resumption of bilateral dialogue. I think let me make it very clear that it is not in any way a resumption of a bilateral dialogue. It is related to the emotions and sentiments of the Indian citizens of Sikh faith. And our decision to meet reflects our strong commitment to operationalize the Kartarpur Sahib corridor on the occasion of 550th birth anniversary of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and also to meet the long pending demand of, as I mentioned, the Indian citizens of Sikh faith to have easy and smooth access to the holy Gurudwara Kartarpur Sahib. Pakistan had cast some doubts on the meeting. We had never said that the meeting will not be held. So you have to understand the objective of the meeting. I think this has nothing to do with any kind of resumption of bilateral talk. This is to respect the sentiment and the will of the Indian citizens of Sikh faith. This has been a long pending demand, and this meeting is going to only address that part, which we have announced in the press release. We are happy that now the Pakistanis are coming for this meeting on the 14th. Just to add to it, Mike Lilly.
Press release has said that on 28th of this month, Indian delegation will be also going to Pakistan for Kartarpur dialogue. Is it confirmed?
No, I mean, that decision, my sense is that it will be announced or perhaps at a later stage, but let this meeting take place first.
Would you like to react to Imran's statement against Prime Minister Modi, calling him using a divisive politics?
See, Pranay, we have issued a statement. Pakistani Prime Minister has this penchant of issuing statements on the internal affairs of India, and we have issued a statement, I think, sometime in early February on very similar issue when he commented on something which was very internal on India. It is again a part of Pakistani narrative to deflect the attention, take the focus elsewhere, and especially when they come under pressure on the matter of counterterrorism or taking action against terrorist groups. So they start commenting on things which has nothing to do with Pakistan, number one. Number two, I think you are well aware as to how minorities are treated in Pakistan. You see, and in whatever index you take, in terms of treatment of minorities, they are always at the bottom or very close to the bottom. So for them to lecture us as to how our minorities should be treated, I think they should rather try to fix their problems at home, and they have plenty of problems. So let them look inwards and try to fix many of the problems which they have at this point of time at home. No, Manas here. Manas.
Sir, while announcing the non-military strike on JEM camp, Foreign Secretary on February 26th had said that in fact a large number of terrorist commanders, JEM commanders, and their indoctrinators were eliminated. And in the same statement, he had said that in fact we are still awaiting further details about the extent of damage. So are we still, sir, assessing the damage? Are we still collating the damage in our strike? Thanks.
Now let me take out the foreign. Everything is related here, you see. Just hold on. Let me just look at Foreign Secretary's press statement which you have quoted. No, I don't think he ever made this statement that details are being ascertained. No, I think I can see the paragraph 5. Let me tell you very clearly, you see, and I think I will not take any follow-up question on this. We are, again I repeat, we are confident that the strikes on Balakot, they have been successful and they have achieved the desired objectives. Foreign Secretary has spoken on what we have to say about this on the matter of strike, and there is nothing further which we have to add, which I have to add. That's what I'm saying. You see, Foreign Secretary has already briefed, and there is nothing further. If you look at this statement, I will not go further into what and interpret his own statement. Mahan.
So this is with regards to Nirav Modi, after the extradition requests that you're pointing out that were made in August last year, there was also a red corner notice issued against Nirav Modi. Does India have any information that despite the red corner notice, he has been freely traveling to countries like Belgium and been conducting his business under another name? Because the Telegraph reporter did ask him about his business going on as usual.
Maha, I think I'm very clear about the mandate of the Ministry of External Affairs. You see, the red corner notice and whether he was about to travel or not, whether he managed to travel, whether he is able to conduct his business, this is something which the Ministry of External Affairs directly doesn't deal with. In any case, I think this information will be available with the UK authorities, or perhaps you can also check with the relevant agencies, about the veracity of these reports. Suhasini.
One of the things you said is that Pakistan has taken actions like this before. In fact, Pakistan has done more before. In the past, they have taken Masood Azhar into custody, particularly given that the Pakistani foreign minister says that he has confirmed information that he is very, very ill, and presumably is in touch with the Jaish leadership. He said that as well. Do you think that the minimum that you expect from Pakistan is to take Masood Azhar into custody? How important is that? And just a quick follow-up, you said earlier on the Mick Bison that if Pakistan has video evidence as it claims, it should show it. The question would be, is the government thinking at all in terms of showing its video evidence when it comes to the F-16?
Let me take the second question, Suhasini, first. You see, I think, frankly, since I'm speaking today, maybe in the next couple of days, they might come up with something which resembles something which is being shot down. And I think we have gone through this. We have seen how they try to push the submarine theory into the media, which backfired badly for them. So that is one aspect. You talked about the expectation. You see what they need to do. And let me address this question. You see, let me take you back to 2004, when the former president and the then President Musharraf, he had made a solemn commitment that they will not allow any territory under their control to be used for terrorist activities in any manner. Now we understand that this has also been repeated by the present Prime Minister Imran Khan. Both India and the international community are aware about the lack of seriousness by Pakistan in holding on to their own commitment. And this is not something which is a mere statement. I think this has been proved over the last several years, how Pakistan, and if you look at the reaction, if you look at the statement coming out of Pakistan during the previous terrorist attacks, and you will see a very similar pattern. Statements are exactly similar. Now Pakistan will be judged not by the words which they speak, but by the action which they take. The proof of action is not in issuing a notification in the Gazette, but now dismantling the actual infrastructure of terror on the ground, and also which should be verified. I am sure, beyond what I mentioned, what they're expected to take and do, I am sure Pakistan is well aware of its own commitment and the concrete action which it has to undertake. On the last part of your question about the evidence not being shared about various things, I again repeat, our objectives were met. Foreign Secretary has issued or has spoken on this matter. He has briefed the media on this matter. We stand by that statement, and there is nothing further to add on this. Manas, that still doesn't change my statement.
Yeah, that's right.
I still hold on to the statement that Foreign Secretary has spoken, and there's nothing further I have to add on that. Yes, please.
Some figure how many terrorists?
And again, we are coming back to the same thing.
Is there an update? Have they?
Look, I mean,
give us a figure of the updated, if you have.
I will not get drawn into that. I have time, and again, I have mentioned that several times. I mean, 3 people have asked me, and I have already answered. So I'm not taking any question on that now. Ian.
I just had a quick question if there's any comment on what the Saudi oil minister was doing, energy minister was doing in town. He's at Delhi today for a meeting.
You see, I can share that he's visiting India tomorrow. I think he's having a meeting with the External Affairs Minister. My understanding is that he is visiting to discuss some important follow-ups from the recent visit of the Saudi Crown Prince to India. Beyond that, once the meeting takes place, then we will issue some kind of statement on his visit. It's tomorrow. Monday. Saudi Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Mr. Zabbar. Yes, please. But he's coming on Monday, not tomorrow. So I'm not aware of that, but I can only say that he is arriving in India on Monday. No. It's an MOS. It's an MOS for foreign affairs. It's not the energy minister. No, I am not aware of that. I think you will have to ask that question to the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. But since I gave it away, I think somebody would have asked in any case. But just to share with you that he's arriving here on Monday, and he will have meetings with the External Affairs Minister. It was a meeting on the sidelines, Maha. So I think there's a difference between a meeting on the sidelines and a proper meeting. No, I mean, how did the question of, in fact, I made it very clear. And frankly, there has been no offer of any mediation from any country. Not from Saudi, not from any country. That, there can be any mediation. I think our position is very clear on that.
Sir, beyond asking Pakistan to dismantle the terror infrastructure, are we also asking them to hand over Hafiz Saeed and Masood Azhar to us?
Let me tell you that apart from things which I have mentioned, which they should do, Pakistan, and we have been sharing things and evidences with them for the last several years now. Pakistan is well aware about their commitment, not only to us but also to the international community. And they are also well aware about the concrete action which they are supposed to take on this matter. Now, I don't think this is a forum for me to spell out each and every detail as to what they should do to kind of not only take care of the legitimate concerns of the international community, but also of India. So I don't think this is an appropriate forum. I have given you broad picture, but I can share that they are aware about what they are expected to do. I don't see any other hand. Thank you very much for joining for this media briefing. And from next week, I think we will do it either on a Thursday or Friday. Thank you.